Closed captioning for the Casey Malone Show is sponsored by Hunter Stevens Land Title Agency. Integrity, service, and commitment you can trust.
Oh yeah, Casey Malone is serving up local. It's time for the stories of our region, the tastes, the sights, the sounds, and the people in and around the valley. Get ready for some local flavor on the Casey Malone Show.
Today, we enjoy the hospitality at Carmela's Cafe in Poland. And Nick from Creation's Backyard shares his microgreens with us. But first, let's get squeaky and make some soprasat.
It has been 16 years since I have visited Squeaky House. And boy, has this place changed.
A lot.
I mean, you guys have added so much. Steve is a member, and this is an annual ritual, right?
Yeah, we do it every January. We make soprasat here at the Squeaky House. It's one of our favorite days of the year.
Now, this is what we're all here for. Now, this is last year's batch.
Yeah.
Explain to me what I'm eating right now.
So it's pork with secret spices that we put into it. It cures for about 3 months. There's a lot of work that goes into it. There's a whole crew of people here making it, but after those 3 months, then it's passed out, and we enjoy it with meats, cheeses, breads. Christmas time, we always put out a big meat and cheese tray. So yeah, and then it's done after those 3 months.
Now, we've got like 2 tables of stuffers. What
Yeah.
do you call that?
Well,
When you're putting the casings on, is that stuffing?
yeah, we're stuffing the casings with the sausage. So we mix it this morning. We mixed
many
all the
pounds?
pork. This year we're doing about 400 pounds. We've usually done about 800 pounds. We scaled it back a little bit this year. So we have 400 pounds this year. And it'll take us till about 11, 12 o'clock to get this done. But we're here early and have a little bit of wine, a little bit of music, and it makes the day go by great. Yeah.
I love this. This is delicious. Why are you making this? Why is soprasat so special?
It's just something, and I got to give my Uncle Pat credit, Pat Diana, my dad, Steve Yakavone, and Bob Zoper. When we had this house, it was years ago, they said, hey, let's start making our own cured meats. And this was just something we experimented with. We tried it
Whose
for a few
recipe
years.
is this originally?
This was Squeaky House. My mom, Renee Yakavone, Debbie Diana, Pat Diana, Zoper, my dad, Steve Yakavone. They tinkered with it over the years, and now we've kind of fine-tuned it. I got to give a shout out to my aunt, Darlene Daly. She's always here early.
Where do you get all this pork? Like, how does that, like, do you call like a butcher and say,
Oh, yeah.
I need, and you grind it?
Yeah, we mix it. Yeah, so it comes ground, and then we mix it in a mixer with all the spices and seasonings. And I got to give a shout out to Beduric's Butcher Block in Mineral Ridge. That's where we get all the pork from.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask my next
fantastic
question.
place. Yeah, but he provides all the pork for us, and then we mix it in the morning, and then once we mix it, it's ready to go, and then we put it through the grinder, and then we stuff it in the casings. It's hard to get a bad batch of soprasat that we make. It's always good.
I mean, it starts out so round.
Yeah.
And your mom's gonna take me to the room and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then, how do you flatten it?
So you actually press it to get all the liquid out of it. You don't want any liquid because liquid creates mold,
And
right?
the liquid would be really more fat, right?
Yeah, well, the water, moisture. I mean, there's a lot of water in the meat, so you want to press that out.
It dries out the water.
It takes any liquid out of it, and then once that liquid's out of it, then you're able to cure it with the curing salt that we put in it, and then after 3 months, it's ready to go. It's ready to eat, and it's delicious.
How many pounds is in that bin?
50 pounds every bin.
How big is this, you think?
That's about a pound each casing.
Okay. And what do I do with this?
You just poke a couple holes in it.
And then why do I do that?
To help with the moisture. Just don't get your fingers.
How many do I do?
Might have been those. You're doing
Is that
great.
enough?
Yeah.
That's great.
That's it.
Wow, that one's special. So these are not natural casings. You can't eat these. These are the collagen. I mean, I don't know how you guys are gonna have enough room in your cellar to hang all this stuff.
Make it work.
You have to go see the cellar.
Yeah.
Well, Renee's husband, Steve, was one of the founders of Squeaky Clean and thus the Squeaky House.
Yes.
And he began the tradition of this soprasat.
Yes, they did. Several years ago. We were even trying to figure out how long ago it was. But they started with, as a family tradition, let's get together as a family and make soprasat. And it's been every second Saturday of January for the last plus 20
or
plus
so.
years.
This is a lot of
Yes.
meat.
Yes, a lot of meat. This is actually one of the smallest batches we've ever made.
That's what they were saying. And did you have anything to do with the recipe, or
Yeah, just in the process of coming down from grandparents, our grandparents, making the cured meats, and they sat down and kind of came up with the recipe. And then what we always do is when we make the recipe, we fry a little bit of it first to make sure that it tastes good.
Right.
And then we move forward. But like I said, this is probably one of the smallest batches we've ever made. We had up to 800 pounds in a day that we've made.
I mean, I just can't imagine the amount of work. I mean, you need, and half these guys aren't working.
No,
They're just sitting here running their mouth.
They just know this every second Saturday of January is Superset Day. And, from ages from in the mid 80s to little kids are here.
And I just love that, you're continuing on and keeping Steve's memory alive. And
Yeah.
I love the little area that they have that's
Dedicated
Steve's
to
corner.
him. He, unfortunately, we lost him in September, and Pat had a lot to do with the little dedication to him. We got it together, and actually, even some of his ashes are up there also, because I know this is where he would want to be.
And then this is none of this is for sale, right?
No, this is just
all
for us.
A bunch of people.
Everybody that's here today making it, we all say how many pounds we want beforehand. We come, we make it. Once it's all done, then we just dole it out. Hey, you had 30 pounds, you had 40 pounds. We vacuum seal it. We cut it into usually about foot-long sticks, vacuum seal it, and then everybody gets theirs, and then it'll go in the freezer, and then when you want it, you take it out. I have a package right here, actually. This is what it's
Thank
like
you very
frozen.
much, Vanna. I appreciate
Thank you.
that.
This is what it comes out frozen, so that's vacuum sealed. I have Sopraset from a few years ago. It's still good in the freezer.
Right.
You pull it out, take the casing off, cut it thin, and it's ready to go on crackers or cheese.
The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor.
This is Senior Solutions, brought to you by the Reese family, the owners of Briarfield Healthcare Centers.
This new series will explain care programs available to your family. Right now, we're at Briarfield Place in Boardman.
Well, Briarfield Place has a great location. You're right across from St. E's Boardman.
Yes.
But what happens if I have to follow up with the surgeon who did my surgery?
Once you are admitted to the facility, we have already received the information about your follow-up appointments and the specialist who saw you at the hospital. The medical director is following your overall care while you're here, but your follow-up appointments with the specialist who saw you at the hospital are important, so we will coordinate those for your continuum of care by providing transportation to get you to those appointments.
Briarfield knows you have lots of questions, and they have the answers. With Senior Solutions, you'll have a clear understanding of Briarfield's care programs. Prom is your time to shine. Tula's Bridal offers a large selection of one-of-a-kind gowns. So what's your style? Ball gown? Sparkly sheath? Cat-eye? Low back? Corset? Tula's carries exclusive designers. Discover the dress that's as unforgettable as you are.
You won't go home hungry from Carmela's. Come see us for family-inspired Italian favorites. We're open 6 days a week for lunch and dinner. Carmela's Cafe Italian Eatery, just like Grandma used to make, on Western Reserve Road in Boardman.
Welcome to Kamar Jewelers, a third-generation, family-owned business run by my brother, Rob, and I. We share a passion for beautiful jewelry and strive to help everyone find the perfect piece. From life celebrations to everyday moments, we've been honored to be a part of your story. Our collection ranges from unique natural diamonds to affordable styles, offering something for everyone. Come visit us anytime at Kamar Jewelers, where every piece tells a story.
Get real, get Kamara.
The 48th Annual Mahoning Valley St. Patrick's Day Parade is Sunday, March 15th. Enter your group, organization, or marching band at mvstpatrickparade.com.
You better come on in my kitchen.
Well, joining me today in the kitchen is Nick Creation, and he is the owner and the urban farmer for Creation's Backyard, and it's all microgreens. And we met at the farmer's market in Warren, and you are passionate about your microgreens because you benefited from all this.
Yes, absolutely.
What got you started?
Health is the biggest thing. And also I wanted to start growing food. I learned, right around the COVID time that a lot of food in the stores is pretty much poison. So I was like, I got to start growing my own. And I was still living with my parents at the time, and the only thing I could really manage to do was sprouts. So I started with sprouts in a jar, and then I learned about microgreens, and once I eventually got my own place, I went all in.
From start to finish, how long does a tray take?
In the summer, 12 days. In the winter, it's been like 14 days. It's been colder.
Yeah, and the heat, but you do keep a regular heat, and there's lights, all that stuff.
Yep.
This is so fresh. It smells really good too. So where are we talking here?
So I got sunflower, red cabbage, broccoli, kale, speckled pea. This is wheatgrass. It's wheat, oat, spelt, and ryegrass blended. Rainbow radish and China rose radish.
Do animals eat this?
So,
would you feed this if you had a dog or something?
Actually, yes. The grass I sell in little cups. I sell them as cat grass. So if you go to the pet store and you see cat grass and stuff like that, they just use wheatgrass.
Where would I get the most vitamins from?
Very common question. They are all loaded. They just have different nutrient profiles. So the red cabbage is super high in vitamin C. The peas are really high in protein. The radish is high in vitamin E and a little bit of vitamin C too. The broccoli is perceived as the highest nutrient density, but it's mainly because sulforaphane. Sulforaphane is basically the most powerful antioxidant on the planet. And broccoli, microgreens, and sprouts have about 35 times as much sulforaphane as full-grown broccoli.
Do I have to clean these? When I buy them from you, do I have to rinse them and dry them?
That's up to anybody. On my packaging, I do it because I sell to stores. The grass by itself can be a little rough, unless you get used to it, but there's like a sweetness to it. It's like it tastes like sweet initially and then kind of bitter, but it also depends on the variety of grass and all that, so
the sunflowers, that is interesting.
Yeah, so the sunflower, like I said, normally I would not have these hulls on here, but because this is a tray just for juicing, I just leave the hulls on because they are a pain to get off. Now, any juicer is going to be able to do the sunflower and the pea, but they're not going to all be able to do the grass. I even have a manual juicer, like a hand crank juicer, as a backup, just in case. So.
Yeah, my juicer wouldn't work for this, I don't think. Mine is more for fruit and stuff. It's crazy. It's so hard.
Yeah, you can see because the wheatgrass, see how fibrous it is? That's mainly the wheatgrass.
Wow.
Very fibrous.
That's crazy. And what am I getting out of this concoction?
Tons of phytonutrients, tons of just nutrients in general, and it's right into the body. So when you juice, your body's absorbing it straight away. It doesn't have to digest it. It's basically pre-digested essentially. So you're getting it, it's just absorbing right into you.
And if I did this once a day?
Super good for you. Super good for you. Same thing there, I do a whole drink like this every day. So that combined with my green juice powder, it's powerful.
So should I taste it or should I just knock it down?
Just down it.
All right, well, cheers, Nick. Wow, that's really good.
I know.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste at all like I thought it would.
Nope. Yeah.
Good to the last drop.
It does actually taste
good.
good.
I feel so much healthier already. Do I look different? This is good.
Yeah.
Hey, cheers, Gina. Here's looking at you. Love that.
Yeah.
Oh, it feels so much better. Just a couple shots of that stuff and I am like energized and I'm ready to face the world.
Yeah, if I go like a week or two without doing the fresh juice, I feel it.
You really do?
You just feel
I mean,
it.
you are in great shape, healthy, mentally, sharp and focused. Now, I know I'm not going to grow these. I mean, this is a lot, but you have a home delivery system, right? So do I get to pick what I choose? Because when I got them from the farm market, I got this.
Yeah.
And then you pick out whatever you want. So what is it, by the ounce? How does that work?
Yeah, so this container is about 4 ounces. I have a smaller container, it's about 2 ounces. I have a bigger one that's 8 ounces, which not everyone usually buys 8 ounces, but I basically just let them pick out what, because I bring the live trays to the market, and then they can just pick out, I want a little bit of kale, a little bit of China rose, and a little bit of cabbage, and then I just mix it all in. And
see, I made a little thing here. Now, what do you think would be good? This is a little goat cheese, and what kind of greens do you think would be a good garnier for that?
I think really anything would be good. I mean, if you like the radishes, you want a little bit of kick, the radishes
spicy
are good.
Ones.
Any 3 of the brassicas are going to be good. We'll do the China rose.
The China rose, those are the ones with the most kick?
Yeah.
And then you just lay them on, huh?
Yep.
There you go. And then let's do a broccoli since it's so healthy.
Okay.
The broccoli. Now, we were talking about this because a lot of people aren't going to, juicing is a commitment. Well, tell me about this stuff, the Green 85. What is this?
So it's basically a juice powder. So the main ingredient, if you go to a store and there's a lot of juice powders out there, the first ingredient is like wheatgrass, but it's literally just blades that were taken, dried, and then ground up into powder. What makes this one different is we actually juice the wheatgrass and then condense it. So it's about 20 to 30 times as much nutrient dense as just taking the wheatgrass blades and doing it. So it's a juice concentrate. Basically, my boss, he started that years ago because he was on a really big kick and never wanted to start juicing. And then he realized a lot of people didn't want to go through the work. They would do it for a week or two and then they're like, oh, it's too much work. So we figured out a way to make the best juice powder possible, and this is what we do. Because even I do the fresh juicing every day, I still take this first thing in the morning just because it's so easy to throw a scoop in water.
Wow, it is. So Green 85, I can get this online.
Yep, chemicalfreebody.com.
chemicalfreebody.com. And then if I want to, take advantage of your greens, I can either meet with you or you could just deliver them on a weekly basis.
Yep, my website, creationsbackyard.com. I'm on Facebook, you can message me, email me, whatever works. You can order right off my website.
Was really, really interesting. And you're also available at the farmer markets now.
Yeah.
I didn't realize the library downtown is now doing them Thursday nights.
Yep. Second and fourth Thursday of each month.
We'll put all those downline, but that's great, all the different ways you can get it, because even in the winter, you really want, some fresh greens, and you really answer that, so. Well, I don't even know what to say. I'm overwhelmed by all the information I just learned today. You want to do a little toast?
Yeah.
Here we go. Oop, I got a big one. Okay, I toasted these, made a little cheers, a little cheese, a little shots. No method.
Yep.
The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor.
At Window World, family is the heart of our business.
And we're committed to giving you the family treatment too.
From your free estimate to installation and long after, whether replacing windows, entry doors, or the siding you've dreamed of.
We promise to treat your home like it's our own.
It's what we've stood behind for all these years. And for years to come, we'll continue to say,
not only do we stand behind our windows,
we stand on them.
Hi, I'm Robbie Feldman. And I'm John Stanko from Boardman Subaru, where the Subaru A Lot to Love event is happening now. Right now, you can drive one of the safest SUVs on the road. The 2026 Subaru Forester is an IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive.
And it's built to last. The Forester has the best residual value among compact SUVs according to J.D. Power.
Award-winning safety and award-winning value.
Only at Boardman Subaru, just south of Route 224 on South Avenue.
GABA Camp is open year-round for adults with disabilities and their families. GABA Camp is compliant with the ADA for accessibility. A paved wheelchair path provides scenic and recreational opportunities for everyone. We still have much more to offer. GABA Camp is a 501c3 for the betterment of people with intellectual, physical, and developmental disabilities from all walks of life. Donate now. Your help is needed. Giving is living.
Living. Locally sourced is good, whether it's ingredients or a bank, and that's why my bank is Farmers National Bank. Since 1887, Farmers has remained rock solid through every economic condition. Having a bank with a history of safety, soundness, and conservative management is a must. It all boils down to this. You need a bank that will help you reach your goals. I do too.
and Farmers is mine. Farmers National Bank, rock solid.
I'm Elizabeth Bernard. For more than 30 years, I've provided our Valley with sound legal advice. My associate Jennifer Rigetti and I will be your legal representatives if you're involved in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident. Don't try to handle it yourself. We'll navigate the red tape of dealing with doctors, medical insurance, and all the obstacles that you'll face. Remember, there are no upfront fees on personal injury cases, and hiring a lawyer does not mean you have to go to court.
Call attorney Elizabeth Bernard, local legal experience for more than 30 years.
Well, you know how I love my family-owned businesses, and Carmela's has been around. It's almost 14 years.
It'll be 14.
And Laura Allsweet is one of the owners, and Laura is one of the most entertaining hostesses you will find. So if you've not been to Carmela's, make sure you stop and visit with Laura. 14 years is a lot.
It is, and it's been with all of my family.
Your family, your husband.
My husband.
I mean, and that gets a little sketchy. I mean, you've got your father involved, your mom, and
my sister.
All of the, the meetings of the minds. I'm sure you aren't always on the same page.
No, I don't even know if we've ever been on the same page.
But you're still in business.
Yeah. Like I said, 14 years, and I'm not divorced or disowned yet. So that's
saying something. Now, you and Rory, your husband, have extensive restaurant.
Oh yeah,
experience.
we actually met. Oh, we were 21 or just turned 21 at the time, and I was actually a waitress at the original Blue Wolf.
Okay.
When it was in Struthers.
Yes.
And they hired this line cook, and I was like, oh, he's cute.
And that was
it.
So now Rory's the executive chef.
Yes.
And what made you transition from working at a restaurant to owning one?
It was
because that's quite a leap. And you know how the restaurant business is just.
It's insane. It is something that unless you're in it,
you
don't
got
know.
to be a special person and understand the industry when you get into it.
You really do, and you got to know that this industry will end up, especially when you're running it, managing it, becomes your life. Like, I'm always calling in. The staff gets mad at me on my day off. I'm calling in. Is everything okay? They're like, yeah.
Well, it's
don't
your
call.
baby. You have children, so this is your
my
child.
baby. It's become my baby. I mean, it started out with my parents. My dad one day looked at the family and goes, hey, I'm retiring and I'm going to open a restaurant. And we all kind of went, what? Why? My aunt came in. She decorated the place from California. My grandmother was Carmela. She was.
So that is the Carmela.
It is the Carmela.
Cafe. Your mom's mother.
My mom's mother, the Italian side of the family. And so we grew up kind of learning how to cook and her recipes. And, I was very fortunate that when my dad did decide to open this, she was still around and she was still able. So, and my grandmother, honestly, when I told her, oh, Grandma, I met this nice cook and he really knows how to cook. She goes, he's Irish, are you sure?
I know, really, that's one thing they're not known for, their culinary skills.
I will tell you.
Well, I am one of them, but I do cook.
Oh, yeah.
How much did your grandma influence the menu when you first opened?
Oh, so much. In fact, I was just telling a table here this afternoon, they're like, oh, I haven't seen cagouts on a menu. And cagouts is just Italian slang for zucchini.
Zucchini, and that's the real skinny one?
Yeah, where you saute it up with a little tomato. Oh, it's so good on cheese, salt, and pepper. So when we were first opening up, I'm like, Grandma, I called her up. I go, Grandma, how do you spell cagouts? You don't spell it, you eat it. And I went, well, Grandma.
Put it on the menu.
I need to put it. She goes, well, I think it's Q-U. And I go, oh, Grandma, I'll just look it up. We'll spell it phonetically.
After everything set in, what did you really learn about the business?
If it wasn't for the staff, I mean, Kathy's been with us for 13 years. I have a hostess, Susie, who's been with us since we opened. Frank, our prep cook, he's been friends with my family since he was 12.
I mean, that is so important
it's
to have
really
that
important.
loyalty. And you treat them right, and then they treat you
it is a two-way street. If I'm good to them, they're good to me. Yesterday, in fact, I had something come up. They all jumped on it. They all rallied to help. and that you can't please everyone. That's the second lesson.
What do you think is Rory's signature dish that has been on the menu since day one and is still so popular?
That's actually probably an easy one. Out of the dishes Rory makes, I think our grilled salmon. It has been on the menu since we first opened. It is sauteed yellow squash and zucchini with grilled salmon and a limoncello and sauce. It's so good. I'm a fan of anything he makes. In fact, the first thing he ever cooked for me was a chicken marsala, and that was 23 years ago on our third date. I went, yeah, I'll marry him.
What do you think sets Carmela's apart from other locally owned restaurants in our region?
Well, I honestly think all the locally owned should be supported, no matter what. I think everyone has a little bit of a preference on Italian more so. I think it connected to a lot of other people. I mean, it's a very traditional Newcastle Italian sauce. And a lot of people, when they tried, oh, this is just like how my mom used to make it. I go, well, you know, same with the wedding soup. We still roll the meatballs by hand every morning, you know, boil the chickens down.
That makes the biggest
everything
difference. You know, you have a very loyal following.
Oh, I do. This is, in fact, I have a gentleman, his name's Lou. He's 100.
Let me hear about Lou.
He is 100 years old. He is turning 101 next month, actually. And he comes here every Thursday and Friday by 5:30 on the dot. I know exactly what he's ordering. We have it ready. And he's been that way since we opened. It used to be him and his wife, and then it became him. And now it's him and his daughter when she's in town. And it's just, this is a spot to come. And I have people who've moved away who say, we come here just for the wedding soup because it's like how my grandmother made it. And I go, yep, because it's like how my grandmother made it. You know, you want comfort food. You want to be comfortable when you're coming out. You don't want to have to sit there and feel, you know, rushed or uncomfortable. Come here. We'll feed you. You will become family.
The Casey Malone Show is sponsored in part by Denise and John York and the DeBartolo Corporation.